Hello everyone, Damien Knight again. I'm showing off my Demon Hunter. Thanks to A Button Games for giving me a shout out on his last video with his Demon Hunter that he built based off of mine. We had run, I showed it off a little bit. Apparently he got hooked on it. Now he's gonna build one and perfect it. We had a couple different ways that we were looking at this, because with the multi-shot, with the Marauders, the multi-shot really is the power horse behind this build, if you ask me. You get your companions, every single one of them. You get the active and the passive abilities for those. Don't forget about that when you're running low on your hatred. If you hit your triangle, your bats boost, give you about 50% of your hatred back right away. Plus it picks up all the gold and the health globes, so if you've got bonuses to that, it really really helps with that, having all of your activated abilities with those pets popping off all at the same time. Your sentries deal 300%, and they fire off elemental, chakram, impale, multi-shot, and cluster arrow whenever you do. So any bonuses to speed or anything to those abilities, if you're firing it off, all of your sentries are firing it off as well. And it just gives you a broad, covers the map and arrows, and with multi-shot, and it's insane amount of damage coming out. And the 6-piece set for this Marauders class is really where the power is. All of your primary skills, your elemental arrow, your chakram, your impale, your multi-shot, your cluster arrow, all of your companions, and your vengeance all deal 600% increased damage for every active sentry. And from what it looks like, in my experience playing with this build, 5 is the maximum number that you can have. And that's where the question comes in: how can we get all 5 of those out as quickly as possible? And there are a couple of ways to do this. Now, in order to get your 5 sentries, first of all, in your powers, you need to go to custom engineering. That will give you your first extra sentry, giving you a total of 3 sentries, but also it allows your sentry to last twice as long as it would normally, which that's key as well, because as long as you have an active sentry, you get that 600% bonus per sentry. You don't have to be right next to it. You can set them down, clear an area, run off. If you run into a couple more mobs, you can kill them off. You still get that bonus from those sentries you left behind, as long as they're active on the map. It doesn't matter where they're at. Now, they do not last forever, and they reset once you have 5 out. If you throw out another one of them disappears, obviously. But as long as they're active, you get that bonus, 600%. And part of that is getting this custom engineering. That is a required passive ability in order to have as many sentries out as possible. The other item is Bombardier's Rucksack. That gives you an additional 2 sentries. Now, the problem is they don't stack. When you have your power set out, if you look at mine, it's under the circle. It's got 3 sentries I can put out right away. Bam, bam, bam. I can get 3 sentries out just like that. The other 2 sentries, one, you have to, there's 2 options. Again, you can wait for it to spawn out. And there I have 5. The other 3 are stacked on top of each other, but there you see the 5. Or the other option is using Hell Trapper hand bow. This one gives you a 10% chance on hit to summon a spike trap, caltrops, or sentry. This one's a real crapshoot as to what actually spawns off every 10 minutes. It's on every hit, and you're hitting things at such an enormous rate that your chances to get something to pop off is every few seconds is not uncommon. However, whether you're going to get that sentry or not, that's the chance right there, because there's 3 different things you can get. I've played with both of them. Right now I'm going to be showing you with the Dead Man's Legacy. This one allows you to hit twice any enemy that's below 60% health. So basically anybody under 60% health is getting double the damage from your multi-shot, and I'm assuming that includes the multi-shot from my sentries as well. It is really hard to determine that because of how much damage is going to be getting spread out all over the place. And as you can see, they do last quite a while. Probably a couple minutes a piece as far as how long they actually last on the ground. I haven't gotten a stopwatch out to time them yet, but regardless, that is a pretty long time for those things to be set out, especially with as fast as you're going to be moving through these maps with this build. Another key item that I use, I love, is the Yang's recurve bow. Your multi-shot attacks 50% higher. That goes straight to your DPS, and it's especially when you get them down below 60% life, things just melt off the map. It's not even funny. Like A Button Games was saying on his video with his, it is a broken set, but I love it. It is amazing. So I'm just gonna run a Torment 9 Napalm or Nephilim Rift here. Yeah, Napalm. Just wait till you see this thing. It's like Napalm hitting the field. I'm just doing a Torment 9 because it's nice, smooth going. As you can see, all my pets running around me, my little ferrets scurrying around. They pick up gold for you.
No, I will not do that.
I do have this set up with the gold wrap belt in order to help me out with my armor on this. You see, just everything's flying. Use your activated ability for your bats to get you more hatred when you need it, when you don't need it, when you need the gold to stack up. And again, this is with the 60% double impact on the multi-shot, and I mean, I can't even follow the numbers half the time on the damage that I'm doing to these things, but it's just millions and millions of damage spread across the board, anything within range. I keep track on my sentries, and whenever I have a chance to drop one, I just drop it, whether I have 5 out already or not. I just continue to drop them. It's just incredible amount of damage, just clearing the board, not even realizing I've got, there was what, two bosses in there, 2 elite packs in that bunch right there, didn't even flinch. Got rockets flying all over the place. I mean, it's just an incredible set. I mean, whether you have 5 out or 3 out, we're talking 1,800, 3,000 damage increase on everything, including your pets. I've got my ferrets out there that are doing millions of damage to these things, and that's not even what they're there for. They're there to pick up my gold for me, so I don't have to worry about it. And they're sitting there doing millions of damage, let alone my wolves and my bats and raven and everything else that I've got out.
That is impossible.
But this is just an incredible build. And I think I'm going to change out my shadow power for. I'm going to do that now that I'm thinking about it. I've been meaning to. I haven't done it yet. But shadow power for. Where's it at? Preparation. That's for my hatred. because you really want to have all your hatred going as often as possible.
My hatred is too low.
So now I've got 2 ways to build up hatred. Oh heck no. I'm also running with black thorns. So as you can see, I can run through the molten without dying. All about survivability. Damage all over the board. Ridiculous. So broken. Love it so much.
Not enough hatred.
But I talked a lot about it in the beginning, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually get through this in the amount of time I need. But you can just see just clearing the entire board in no time at all. Hundreds of millions of damage with that multi-shot at any given time.
I need more hatred to do
I mean,
that.
like I said, I'm having a hard time following the numbers. You guys might be able to see them better on a video.
I can't do that.
But just ridiculous. Yeah, legendaries dropping all over the place, gold dropping all over the place. Bad guys dying. I saw 400 million on there with my ferrets running around picking up gold all over the place. Like I said, I use the gold wrap, so I've got the boon of the hoarder set up on my amulet to help out with the gold drops. It helps me boost my gold whenever I use her, and keeps my armor up with every gold pickup. I mean, I've got hundreds of millions, if not billions, of armor at any given point with this build. Pretty much makes me indestructible. I like it. They don't, but that's alright because they never survive long enough to even care. But I think I'm gonna clear out this mob over here and stop the video so that I don't get cut off. You've seen how it works.
I need to go back.
That's an incredible build. Way overpowered if you ask me. But that's what it's all about. Killing the bad guys, making the win, getting the girl, yada yada yada. But that's the build for her. Just real quick, like I said, Yang's recurve. I also use the Wraps of Clarity for survivability. The hate generator is reduced damage by 31% for 5 seconds. That's a great survivability piece right there. My Blackthorn set basically just increases my damage to elites, decreases my damage from elites, gives me a little bit of boost in my vitality, and it also makes me immune to ground effects of Molten, Desecrator, and Plagued, which are usually my downfall for any character. If I could run Blackthorns on everybody, I would. But with her, it really works out well, along with the Marauders class, the Gold Wrap, which is actually in my box here. The Dead Man's Legacy gives me a boost when they get down in their life. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to reset her and show you what it looks like with the Hell Tracker power. So I'm going to go ahead and post this. We'll see you next time. Have a good night. Thanks again for all your comments.